Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we turn confusing corporate reports into something you can actually understand. Today we're diving into a recent filing from Ares Core Infrastructure Fund, and let me tell you, it's got a few interesting twists that might surprise you. We're talking about unregistered sales, net asset value, and distributions. Sounds boring? Trust me, there's a story here. So, Ares Core Infrastructure Fund filed what's called an 8K report. This is basically a quick update companies give to investors about major events. In this case, it's about selling shares without registering them with the SEC, like most public offerings. Let's talk about the unregistered sale of stock. The fund sold common shares of beneficial interest, which is just a fancy way of saying that they sold stock. For $35 million, the final number of shares sold was decided on March 21, 2025. Here's the breakdown. The sale happened on March 3, 2025, but the final count was set later. They issued 402,642 shares to raise $35 million. Because the sale was to accredited investors and not advertised to the general public, they didn't need to register it with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, let's move on to some other important news. The report talks about the fund's net asset value, or NAV. Think of it like the fund's estimated worth after subtracting all its debts. As of February 28, 2025, the NAV per share was about $24.92. The fund's total AVE was around $532.8 million. And the value of its investments was about $41.8 million. Next up is distributions. These are regular payments the fund makes to its shareholders. For February and March 2025, the fund paid out $0.225 EFT per share. The distribution decreased to $0.2116 for April. Per share, the $2 for May and $0.2079 for June. Important note, the payment dates are a little after the end of each month. These payouts can be either in cash or reinvested back into the fund. The fund's investment portfolio is pretty concentrated. As of February 28, 2025, almost all of their investments, 100%, were in other equity. This means they're primarily invested in one single area. That single investment is a portfolio of renewable energy projects, specifically solar, wind, and battery storage across Texas and other states. Finally, the report mentions the overall status of the fund's offering. As of March 21, 2025, they had issued a total of 22,706,236 shares, bringing in $5 million. 6 excludes shares issued through their dividend reinvestment program. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Ares Core Infrastructure Fund is placing a big bet on renewable energy. Their concentrated portfolio could mean big rewards, but also higher risks. The reduction in monthly distributions is something to watch. It could indicate changes in the fund's performance or simply a change in strategy. The unregistered stock sale is not necessarily bad, but it does reduce the ownership share and dividends from existing shareholders. Overall, this filing gives us a snapshot of a fund heavily invested in renewable energy and making some interesting moves in terms of share sales and distributions. Keep an eye on their future filings to see how this story develops. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like, leave a comment and subscribe for more corporate deep dives.